In the previous class, we will discuss about the basic strength of alkyl amines in gaseous phase. In the case of alkyl amines in gaseous phase, the tertiary amines are more basic than secondary amines than primary amines due to the plus I effect of three alkyl groups or R groups present in tertiary amines. Now here we will discuss about the basic character of alkyl amines in aqueous phase. In aqueous phase, the inductive effect, solvation effect and steric hindrance of alkyl groups which decides the basic strength of them. Here we know about inductive effect of alkyl groups, that means electron releasing effect or plus I effect. Then now we will discuss about the solvation effect. Solvation means the protonated amines get stabilized by forming hydrogen bonds with water. This is called solvation. Higher the solvation effect cause greater stability to the cation and create higher basic strength. The greater the size of ion, lesser will be the solvation. So primary amines have maximum solvation effect compared to tertiary amines. Another factor which affect the order of basicity is steric hindrance. If the size of alkyl group is small, like methyl group, then there is no steric hindrance to form hydrogen bond in its aqueous phase. If the size of alkyl group is larger, then there is steric hindrance in hydrogen bonding in its aqueous phase. When the size of alkyl group increases, the steric hindrance to hydrogen bonding also increases, then the basicity decreases. Thus, we consider the three factors, the inductive effect, solvation effect and steric effect. The order of basicity of primary, secondary and tertiary methyl and ethyl substituted amines are. So in the case of methyl substituted amines, the secondary amine CH3 twice NH, secondary amine, the basic character in aqueous phase is greater than that of primary amine CH3NH2, which is greater than that of tertiary amine CH3 thrice N, which is greater than that of ammonia. So secondary, primary, then tertiary, then ammonia. But in the case of ethyl substituted amines, C2H5 twice NH, secondary amines have more basic strength than tertiary amine C2H5 thrice N, which is greater than primary amine C2H5NH2, which is greater than ammonia. The order of basicity is secondary, greater than tertiary, greater than primary, greater than ammonia. This is very important for board exam. Write the basic strength order of this methyl and ethyl substituted amines in aqueous phase. So in the case of methyl substituted amines, the order of basicity is secondary, greater than primary, greater than tertiary, greater than ammonia. But in the case of ethyl substituted amines, the secondary is greater than tertiary, greater than primary, greater than ammonia. This is the comparison of basicity of alkyl amines with ammonia. Then next we discussed about the comparison of basicity of aryl amines with ammonia. From the table we can identify that the pKb values of aromatic amines are quite high, means their basic strength is very low. This is due to the resonance stability of aryl amines. Consider one aryl amine, that is aniline, as example. These aryl amines are less basic than ammonia due to the following reason. In the case of aniline, one pair of electron present in nitrogen atom is in conjugation with the benzene ring and the aniline become resonance stabilized. The resonating structure of aniline and anilinium ions are given. These anilinium ions are formed by accepting one H plus ion by aniline. We know that greater the number of resonating structure, greater is the stability. Here, aniline have 5 resonating structures, so which is more stable than anilinium ion. Hence, the proton acceptability of aniline or basic nature of aniline or other aromatic amines would be less than that of ammonia. So, from this study, we can identify that the aryl amines are less basic than ammonia, but alkyl amines are more basic than ammonia. Some groups present in benzene ring which affect the basic strength of aromatic amines. For example, the electron releasing groups such as CH3, C2H5, OCH3, etc. increase the basic strength, whereas the electron withdrawing groups like NO2, SO3H group means sulfonic acid group, COH group means carboxylic group, or halogens X. It may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine, which decrease the basic strength of aromatic amines. Therefore, the electron releasing group present in aromatic amines which increase the basic strength, and electron withdrawing groups present in aromatic ring which decrease the basic strength of aromatic amines. Now we discussed about the chemical reactions of amines. Chemical reactions. Chemical reactions, first one is reaction with acids. So you know these amines are basic in nature. So it reacts with acids to form corresponding salt. For example, CH3, NH2. NH2 can be write like this. So nitrogen consists of a lone pair of electron. So this is, you know, its name is methanamine, one carbon atom amine. It is a primary amine because it consists of NH2 group. So methanamine plus acid is HCl to form corresponding salt, that is CH3, N, H is there, here also an H is there, then lone pair become a bond pair and HCl is added here, that is HCl, that is it. Here this hydrogen is H plus and Cl minus. So this H plus is proton is accepted because it is a base. So proton is accepted by this lone pair to form. This can be written as CH3 NH3 NH3Cl. Its name is methyl ammonium chloride. Methyl ammonium chloride. Clear? So this is a reaction with acid. Methanamine react with HCl to form methyl ammonium chloride. Okay. The next one is, second reaction is alkylation reaction. Alkylation. Alkylation means reacting with alkyl halide. Alkyl halide means alkyl group means methyl, ethyl, propyl, etc. So this amine simply methanamine CH3 NH2. NH2. This is a primary amine. A nitrogen consists of a lone pair. So that is, this is methanamine react with the alkyl halide. Alkyl halide is means alkyl halide CH3. Alkyl halide can be written as CH3Cl, symbol alkyl halide. This is alkyl group, this is halogen. So this is known as methyl chloride. Methyl chloride. This can be written as CH3Cl like this. CH3Cl. Then here this one hydrogen atom react with this chlorine to form HCl, elimination. Then we get the remaining CH3, we can written as CH3, N, here hydrogen is there, then here the hydrogen and chlorine HCl is eliminated, then a bond and the remaining CH3 is here, then here the CH3 is attached. This can be simply written as CH3 twice, remaining NH is there. CH3 twice NH. This is methylamine, this is dimethylamine. Dimethylamine, or both are same, CH3NH, CH3. This is a secondary amine because it consists of only NH group. So then again this dimethylamine react with another molecule of CH3Cl, then here one remaining hydrogen and here chlorine atom is there, then HCl become eliminated and here the CH3 group is attached. Then we can written as CH3N, already CH3 is there, then here instead of H and Cl elimination, then the CH3 is attached here. This can be easily written as CH3 thrice N. CH3 thrice N. This is trimethylamine. Trimethylamine, this is a tertiary amine because N is only present. This is a secondary amine. Then again this tertiary amine means CH3 thrice N. Tertiary amine react with this alkyl halide, then here there is no replaceable hydrogen atom. So again this lone pair is present in this nitrogen. So this lone pair become bond pair and this CH3 thrice N, this lone pair become bond pair here, bond pair, then the CH3 Cl is added here. Then this can be easily written as CH3 4 times, CH3 thrice plus 1 CH3, then CH3 4 times NCl. This is known as quaternary ammonium salt. This is known as quaternary ammonium salt. CH3 4 times, that is quaternary ammonium salt. So this is about alkylation reaction. Then the third one is acylation reaction. Acylation. Alkylation means treating with the alkyl halide CH3Cl, C2H5Cl or Br, etc. Then acylation. Acylation means treating with acid chloride. Acid chloride or acyl chloride. Acid chloride means acetic acid, CH3COOH. Then here this OH is replaced and Cl is added. Then this is known as acid chloride, CH3COCl. Then this is acid chloride. Acid chloride means CH3COCl. Acid chloride or acyl chloride. These amines on treating with the CH3COCl, then it is known as acylation or acetylation because on treating with acid chloride or acyl chloride. So now we can written as this acid chloride CH3COCl plus primary amine CH3NH2. NH2. This is methanamine. Methanamine or methylamine. Then here Cl is there, H is there. Then this become eliminated. HCl become eliminated. Then we get this here from Cl, here from H is eliminated. Then here form a bond between them, that is CH3CO remaining NHCH3. Okay, plus HCl. Here this reaction takes place in presence of pyridine because this pyridine remove this HCl from the reaction mixture and increase the rate of forward reaction. Listen. Why this pyridine is used? Because it remove the byproduct HCl and increase the rate of forward reaction. So here we get CH3CONH CH3. Very simple. Its name is N-methyl ethanamide. N-methyl. In nitrogen the methyl group is attached. So can be written as N-methyl ethanamide. N-methyl ethanamide. So here acylation means on treating with acid chloride CH3COCl, acid chloride or acyl chloride. This is known as acylation plus amine in presence of pyridine. Then we get corresponding amides CH3CO, NH, CH3 plus HCl. This is C6H5 COOH is known as benzoic acid. This is known as benzoic acid. This OH is replaced and Cl is added. Then we get C6H5 COCl. This is known as benzoyl chloride. This is known as benzoyl chloride. Benzoyl chloride. Then this benzoyl chloride on treating with amines. This is acid chloride. This is benzoyl chloride. C6H5 COCl plus amine CH3NH2 methanamine NH2 react in presence of pyridine. Then we get, this hydrogen and the chlorine become eliminated. Then we get here this elimination takes place and here form a bond. Then we can write C6H5CO. Here form a bond between them, remaining N, H is there, then CH3. This is known as N-methyl benzamide. Its name is N-methyl benzamide. Because in nitrogen atom methyl group is attached, this is benzamide. Benzene with the CONH linkage is known as benzamide. So N-methyl benzamide. Okay. So this reaction is known as benzoylation reaction. Benzoylation reaction, because on treating with acid chloride acylation reaction, on treating with the benzoyl chloride reaction is known as benzoylation reaction. Carbylamine reaction, very important one. Carbylamine reaction. This is the test to identify primary amines. Aliphatic and aromatic primary amines are distinguished by this carbylamine reaction. Learn by heartly. Aliphatic and aromatic primary amines are warmed with the chloroform and alcoholic KOH solution produce a foul smelling isocyanide or carbylamine. So that is the name reaction, carbylamine, isocyanide or carbylamine. This is the test to identify primary amines. So carbylamine reaction, this is benzenamine. Benzenamine react with chloroform. This is chloroform, formula CHCl3, chloroform plus alcoholic KOH, which on heating, then we get an unpleasant smelling isocyanide. Isocyanide means NC. CN group is known as cyanide group, NC group is known as isocyanide. So here we get C6H5NC. This is a foul smelling substance plus 3 KCl plus 3 H2O. So this reaction is known as carbylamine reaction. Aliphatic and aromatic primary amines are warmed with the chloroform and alcoholic KOH solution. Then we get a foul smelling isocyanide or carbylamine. Next, reaction with nitrous acid. Nitrous acid means HNO2. Nitric acid is HNO3 and nitrous acid is HNO2. For liberating this nitrous acid, we add NaNO2, sodium nitrite and HCl. For liberating HNO2, we add the mixture NaNO2 and HCl. So, listen, aliphatic primary amines react with nitrous acid to give aliphatic diazonium salt, which is unstable, decomposed to form alcohols. Listen, aliphatic primary amine. This is a primary amine. You know, NH2 group is there. This is ethanamine, C2H5, 2 carbon atoms. So, ethanamine react with the NaNO2 and HCl. Here liberate HNO2. Because here from this mixture NaCl is eliminated, NaCl. Then the remaining is HNO2. Remaining is HNO2, nitrous acid. Here from this HNO2 is liberated, react with this ethanamine to form C2H5N2Cl. This is known as ethyl diazonium chloride. Ethyl diazonium. Ethyl diazonium chloride, which is unstable. So, which undergo hydrolysis to form ethanol. Listen here, H2O means H and OH. H2O consists of H and OH. Here the bond breaks. Here the bond break, and here the OH is added. Here the H is added from water. From water H is added here. From water OH is added here. Nitrogen gas is also eliminated as N2. So we can write C2H5OH plus N2 plus HCl. So the products are ethanol plus nitrogen plus HCl. So listen, how will you convert ethanamine to ethanol? How will you convert ethanamine to ethanol? Then very simple method, ethanamine on treating with HNO2. That means NaNO2 and HCl is added. Then we get ethyl diazonium chloride, which on hydrolysis yield ethanol. Okay. Then in the case of aromatic primary amine, it reacts with HNO to form aromatic diazonium salt. Aromatic primary amine react with HNO2 to form aromatic diazonium salt. But aliphatic primary amine react with HNO2 to form aliphatic diazonium salt, which are unstable, decomposed corresponding alcohols. But aromatic primary amines react with HNO2 to form aromatic diazonium salt at low temperature. This reaction is known as diazotization reaction. That is aniline, aromatic benzene ring, aniline on treating with NaNO2 and HCl at low temperature 273 to 278 Kelvin or 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Then we get benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride plus NaCl and water. This benzene diazonium chloride is stable, do not undergo hydrolysis. This is stable, but aliphatic diazonium salt are unstable. So they undergo hydrolysis to form alcohols. Aromatic diazonium salt are stable, so they do not undergo hydrolysis. So we get benzene diazonium chloride. This reaction is known as diazotization reaction. Aniline on treating with NaNO2 and HCl at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, then we get benzene diazonium chloride. This reaction is known as diazotization reaction. This is very important reaction, benzene diazonium chloride preparation. Next, reaction with the benzene diazonium chloride, otherwise known as Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent is chemical formula C6H5SO2Cl. Then amines react with the Hinsberg reagent. This is ethanamine, C2H5NH2, primary amine. This is a primary amine. Ethanamine react with the Hinsberg reagent C6H5SO2Cl, can be written as C6H5SO2Cl. C6H5SO2Cl, then we get Here you know, here Cl is there, here H is there, here HCl elimination takes place and here form a bond between them. Then we can write C2H5, C2H5, N, H is there, then here form a bond between them, then the remaining SO2 can be written as SO2, S double bond O SO2 C6H5. This is known as N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. Benzene sulfonamide. This is benzene sulfonamide. In nitrogen atom, ethyl group is present. So its name is N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. Benzene sulfonamide. This compound is soluble in alkali. So this test is used to identify primary amines. So that is, in primary amines, Hinsberg reagent is added. Then we get a precipitate of this product. So benzene sulfonamide derivatives, these are soluble in alkali. Soluble in alkali. This product is soluble in alkali, then we can identify that it is a primary amine. Then next we take a secondary amine, C2H5 NH. C2H5 is there, the hydrogen is replaced by an alkyl group, then we get secondary amine. Nitrogen is attached to 2 carbon atom on hydrogen atom. NH is there, so it is a secondary amine. React with Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent is C6H5 SO2, S double bond O, S double bond O, Cl. This is Hinsberg reagent. Then here this HCl become eliminated. Then we get C2H5 N, here C2H5, here HCl elimination form a bond between them, remaining as double bond O C6H5. Then we get the name. In nitrogen atom 2 ethyl group is substituted, so we can write N, N diethyl benzene sulfonamide. Benzene sulfonamide. So we get another product. This is N, N diethyl benzene sulfonamide. Then on adding alkali to this, alkali, then which is insoluble in alkali. So if it is a secondary amine, then we add Hinsberg reagent, then we get a product which is insoluble in alkali. But in the case of primary amine, react with Hinsberg reagent, then we get a product which is soluble in alkali. But in the case of secondary amine, the product is insoluble in alkali. Then what about tertiary amines? C2H5 N, here also C2H5, here also C2H5. That means tertiary amines means nitrogen is attached to 3 carbon atoms. Tertiary plus Hinsberg reagent is C6H5 S double bond O Cl. Here there is no replaceable hydrogen atom for HCl elimination, so there is no reaction takes place. No reaction takes place, that is, here no HCl elimination takes place and they do not react with each other. So this test is used to identify primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Hinsberg reagent test is used to identify primary, secondary and tertiary amines. If it is a primary amine, then Hinsberg reagent is added, then we get a precipitate which is soluble in alkali. But it is a secondary amine, then Hinsberg reagent is added, Then we get a precipitate which is insoluble in alkali. Then in the case of tertiary amines, there is no reaction takes place with Hinsberg reagent. Next, electrophilic substitution reaction of amines. First one is bromination. Bromination means adding bromine water. That's only. We take aniline as example. Aniline on treating with bromine water, then we get aniline attached carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we get 2, 4, 6 tribromoaniline. We get 2, 4, 6 tribromoaniline.